Hi, my name is Abigail Youngblood and I play volleyball at Granada High School. I would like to start off by thanking the Livermore-Granada boosters for selecting me as a finalist for the Olympian scholarship and for giving me the opportunity to tell my story about high school athletics and all that it has offered me. It is a great honor to be standing here in front of the people whose support and encouragement have made some of my biggest dreams possible. I've gone to Granada High School for 4 years and I've played volleyball there since my freshman year. However, my volleyball story begins well before high school. My love for the sport first took root when I was in 6th grade, and my friends and I all decided to try out for the B team at East Avenue Middle School. I peppered with my mom and stepdad every night for weeks before the tryouts, and when the day finally came, I was terribly nervous. Kind of like this speech right now. After 3 days of tryouts, the results were finally posted and I got cut. That's right, I was cut from my middle school B team in 6th grade, but after a few days of crying and being mad at all my friends who made the team, I decided I would work really hard to become the best volleyball player I could be. I signed up for a number of camps and clinics and forced my poor parents to toss balls at me well into the evening every night. The next year when tryouts came around, I made the A team. My coaches and parents were incredibly proud of me, and that was just the beginning of my dedication to and passion for volleyball. Throughout the rest of middle school, I began playing club volleyball, and the sport slowly but surely consumed almost all of my free time, and I loved every second of it. The summer before my freshman year, I was eager to start high school, and I attended every open gym available. That same year, the volleyball program got an entirely new coaching staff, and many of the players were nervous about becoming acquainted with all new coaches. This added to all the stress I was feeling as an incoming freshman, but it didn't take long for me to get comfortable. After only the first open gym, Coach Cortez approached me with a warm handshake and talked to me for about an hour, which, if you know Cortez, is pretty typical. I also had a pretty easy time getting to know my future teammates. All of the girls at the open gyms, including all the upperclassmen, were incredibly welcoming and made my transition into high school that much easier. I'll never forget when one day after tryouts, one of my future teammates, who was a senior at the time, gave me a tour of campus and showed me where all of my classes would be. I was incredibly honored to have made the varsity team that year, and I remember my coaches laughing when I told them I had gotten cut from my B team. As that season went on, I became the starting libero and helped my team to a number of league wins. Not only did volleyball give me 12 new best friends starting my freshman year at high school, it also gave me 12 mentors who helped me with everything from boys to geometry homework. I looked up to these beautiful, intelligent, and compassionate girls, and we were our own little family. I carried this sense of admiration for my teammates throughout the rest of my high school volleyball career. One of the things Coach mentioned to me during that hour-long talk after my first open gym was how we were going to build a rich, thriving, and successful legacy for the volleyball program. I didn't know it at the time, but I would spend the next 4 years literally and figuratively building the Granada volleyball program. The building started the next summer before my sophomore year when Coach took all the returning varsity players into what was once a dingy storage closet. After a few days of carpeting, painting, and screwing together lockers, we made what is now called the girls' varsity locker room. When junior year came around, my coach and I decided that 2 gyms weren't enough room for our growing program, so we designed sand volleyball courts for our campus. After some fundraising, planning, and more building, we had 2 beautiful sand courts built at the back of campus. As soon as they opened, I founded the Beach Volleyball Club at Granada. For the past year as club president, I've brought together fellow athletes, friends, and peers and exposed them to the game that I have grown to love. We have also spent time building the program in the gym as well. Sophomore year, my team qualified for NCS for the first time in 3 years, and junior year, we made it to the Division II semifinals. Both in 2014 and 2016, my team also earned the NCS Scholar Team Award, which means we had the highest cumulative GPA in the entire North Coast section. Personally, I have grown and improved greatly as a player in my time at Granada. Sophomore year, I earned All-League Honorable Mention, and I was captain my junior and senior year. To top it off, my senior year, I earned First Team All-League. Alongside playing volleyball in high school, I helped coach at the Cortez clinics over summer, as well as at my club. I have also achieved academically throughout high school, earning Top Scholar Award all 4 years. Awards aside, my passion and respect for the game has grown remarkably during the last 4 years. High school athletics have entirely changed my perspective on leadership and what it means to leave a lasting legacy. In the last 4 years, I have learned that great athletes and teammates recognize that they are part of something bigger than themselves. They represent their school, their families, their town, and their teammates every time they step out onto the court. And that is the burden I have learned to cherish and enjoy. During my senior season, I often reminded my fellow seniors of all the hard work we had put into the program and of the legacy we would be leaving behind. When I encouraged my teammates in this way, it without fail generated a sense of confidence, respect, and admiration amongst us and for our program, which we carried on and off the court. I'm incredibly grateful for everything high school volleyball has offered me, and I want to take this time to thank everyone who has helped me along the way. To my coaches, Rich Cortez, Doug Harwood, and Kayal Stansel, thank you for putting in countless hours to better me as a player as well as the program at large. I would also like to thank all my parents for being my biggest cheerleaders. I wouldn't have made it here without your support and admiration. Lastly, I want to thank the Livermore-Granada Boosters again for selecting me as a finalist for this award. It has been such a privilege to be part of the Granada Athletics, and I will surely carry the life lessons I have learned about time management, leadership, hard work, and dedication with me into the next chapter of my life. In the fall, I will be attending Cal Poly San Luis Obispo to major in biomedical engineering. I am also planning to walk on for the beach volleyball team there, where I can continue to build my love and passion for the game. In the future, I hope to one day give people the chance to follow their dreams, much like how you supporters helped me follow mine. Thank you.